Today's training is a fast start for prospecting. This is Todd Sexton, and I'll be doing the training with you today. Prospecting, let's talk about that. There's going to be several things that feed into what prospecting is about. First is context. Second is message. Third are your resources. And fourth is time management. And we're going to be talking about each of these four basic topics in this presentation. Let's talk about context. What business are we actually in? Are we in direct sales or are we in retail? Let's take a look at retail. A retail sale or a retail business is typically a storefront, a brick and mortar business. The products that are in their store are typically the type of products that everyone knows they need, and when a need arises within their own personal situation, they'll get in their car, they'll drive down to the store, and they'll shop for whatever it is that they had in mind. So a retail store are for products that are commonly known and commonly needed. So let's take a look at what direct sales are about. Well, direct sales, this method of making products and services available to customers are generally in products and services that are not commonly known or are not yet in the mainstream. Therefore, it's required that a salesperson either explain or demonstrate the product or service. So in the business that we're in the insurance business, particularly the pre-need and final expense area of insurance sales, we are in the direct sales business because our products and services are not commonly known, and they're not the type of thing that people get in their car and drive down to the mortuary and make a purchase years in advance. However, when we do take our product and services to the people, we go to their home or we set an appointment to go see them, and we're able to discuss and demonstrate and explain our products and services. So we are in the direct sales business. That means that we can't sit at home and wait on our phone to ring, or we can't wait on someone to pull up in front of our house or our place of business and walk in and purchase our product. We need to go out and take our product to the public. So just to reiterate, we are in the direct sales business. So that gives you the context and the point of view that you should have when approaching this business and approaching the prospecting portion of the business. So let's talk about message for a second. When you're talking to people, what do people care about? Well, the answer is fairly simple. They want to know what you can do for me. What can you do for them? They don't care about how many bells and whistles you have. They don't care about how long you've been in business. They don't care about, how much experience you have. They don't care about any of that. What they're interested in is what can you do for them. That's the message that they care about. So if we're going to develop a message to talk about our products and services, a great way to do that is to develop a power question. And, the question should cover, how do you help people? What are the hot buttons? What gets their attention? What's it going to do for them? That's what hot buttons are about. So when we're developing our power question, these things are important. So here's an example of how you can develop your own power question. Think about it to yourself. People call you when, and here's an example of how it applies directly to what we do. People call me when they cannot get traditional life insurance because of a health issue. Or how about this? People call me when they've attended a funeral recently and it's come to mind that they may need to do some advanced planning for themselves. Or how about this? People call me when they find out their mother is going into, or their father is going into a long-term care facility and they have too many cash assets in the bank. So they call me when they need to do a Medi-Cal spend down. Or how about this one? People call me when they need a living will. All these are power questions that will help you to develop your message. and what the hot buttons are on how you help people. And all these things in these power questions that we just went over, they help people. So what is our resources? Well, we have business cards. We have center of influence. These are people we know, people they know. We have referrals, and we have cold calling. So let's talk about business cards for just a second. Business cards have two functions. First is they have an identification purpose. It has your name, your address, your phone number. Sometimes it has a picture on there. It tells who you are. Let me ask you this question. If your business cards only have the first function on the card and you hand that card out to someone, what message are you giving them? What can they glean from that business card that says that you can help them, other than telling what company you work for, who you are, what's your picture, what you look like? It doesn't do anything as far as delivering a message. So the second purpose of a business card, and the most important, is your message. This is the portion that's left off of almost every business card that I've ever seen, is the message. So what is the message on your business card? How many business cards do you hand out in a day, week, or month? So as we talk about this for a minute, with the current way that you have your business card laid out, how often do you get a call back? For every 100 cards or 1,000 cards you give out, how many times do people call you back? If you're not getting any callbacks, it's probably because you don't have a message on your card. So your message should have items on it that are that deliver or make them think about your power question that you've developed yourself. What do you do for them? We provide insurance for people that can't typically get insurance. We help people by giving out living wills. So you might have bullet points on the back of your cards. Every no one turned down, free living will, help with prearranging. So if you have a message on your card, then that card becomes a resource and not just an identification. So be sure that you have a message on your business card as well as your identification. So let's talk about center of influence. These are people you know and people that you do business with. Use a memory jogger and make a list of at least 100 people. And when I say make a list, make a formal list. I always like to use a Yellow Pages and a phone book and start with A. And think of how many accountants that you know and look at all the different categories in the Yellow Pages from A to Z, and think and jog your memory of who do you know in that business category. Which one of your friends are in that business category? Then go to your cell phone, and every person that's called you in the last 6 months or a year, people that will answer your call when you call them, their name needs to go on that list, because that's how we develop a solid list of 100 people. Then what are we going to do once we've made that list? Well, we're going to call each one of them and we're going to deliver our power question. And we might start off by, with your call introduction is, hey Mary, this is Todd. The reason I'm calling is I've just started a new career, and I'm looking to help people that might know someone that's been turned down for life insurance because of health issues. Because what I do is help people get insurance that's not been able to get it through traditional sources. Do you happen to know anyone in that category? I'll guarantee you, if you call 100 people and ask that power question, you'll get appointments and you'll get sales as quickly as you can call those people. Then the referral portion kicks in, because everyone that you talk to or you present to, you're going to ask them this exact same question. If they don't know anyone, then offer them a free living will. Now, what is a what is a living will? A living will is a healthcare directive. Unlike a standard will, a living will is for people that are living that might become incapacitated, and they may end up in a healthcare facility, and they need someone else to make their healthcare decisions. There's a legal document. It's called a healthcare directive, or it's called a living will. Probably 15% or less of the population has something like this. People that are entering into their 55 plus age group start thinking about these sorts of things. So if you will deliver your power question, if you're not getting a positive response from that, then add in a living will that you also help people by giving those out. They're free. It's something that you do as a courtesy to friends and family. See if you can't get appointments from that. You use these 2 or 3 different techniques on prospecting just on your center of influence, you will have a tremendously fast start, and you'll make money very quickly. Most of the same thing apply to these referrals, past business acquaintance, past and present clients. Again, add them to your list. I say a list of 100. Most people can do that pretty easily once they sit down with a memory jogger. But as you begin to go through that, you might come up with 200 people. And you need to be very active in making those phone calls, leaving messages on their voicemail to give you a call back, deliver your power question, offer a free living will. Another resource is cold calling. You can do it either through residential. People are actually knocking on doors these days, and they're going to the door and asking, "Hi, my name's Todd. I'm with a company that helps people get insurance that normally can't get life insurance. Do you happen to know anybody that has been looking for insurance and hasn't been able to get it for health reasons?" Or you can even do it by phone calls. You'd be surprised to know that there are lots of phone numbers that are not on the do not call list, and there are ways of downloading those numbers and scrubbing them against the do not call list, and you'll have literally hundreds if not thousands of people that you can just make cold calls to, that you can deliver your power question. And you'd be amazed at how many people are very receptive to that conversation because they've not been able to get insurance through traditional means, and you have a way of helping them to do that. Go to outdoor events in the springtime. In many cities, there are all sorts of outdoor events. You can either walk around amongst the people and just leave out your business cards, or you can rent a booth and be able to give those cards out. There's a lot of ways of doing that, and your managers can help you to get those set up. Every opportunity you have, deliver your power question. So you can also do cold calling to businesses. Hand out your business card and deliver your power question. How do you do that? Well, go to the mall and go into each store. And if you have a clerk in there, deliver a power question, hand them a business card, and say to them, "I'm just in the area talking to people. My job is to help people get insurance that normally can't get it. Do you know anybody that's been turned down recently?" Deliver your power question at every single opportunity. Find out about the display stands and the business card holders and leave those at the businesses. Whenever you go in, anybody you can talk to, deliver that power question. Time management is very important. Schedule time every day to prospect in each of the areas that we just discussed. You should be handing out 500 or more business cards every single month. Leave them on the table at the restaurant. When you go through the checkout line at the grocery store, be sure to just hand someone a business card and tell them what you do. Give them the power question every single time. Never miss an opportunity to hand out a business card and deliver that power question that I talk about, and also ask about a living will. You'll be amazed at how quickly you'll get appointments and your business will take off like you've never imagined. So with that, it was just a quick overview of our fast start prospecting, and I can assure you through experience and knowing how what it takes to get your business off to a fast start and to build a lot of people in your pipeline, lots of people to talk to, lots of people that need the products and services that we're offering. The fast start prospecting is the way to do it. So with that, we're going to conclude this fast start prospecting training.